Where's the topic box? There we go. Okay. So, where's my thingamabobber? Over here, and all right, here we go. So, this is reported off of IGN.com by Seth G. Macy. NPD sales numbers show Destiny 2 took September 2017's top spot. In only 1 month of sales, Destiny 2 is now the best-selling game of 2017 year to date. NBA 2K18 is the best-selling sports game. I don't know why that's in there, but alright, whatever. Interesting, the top-selling hardware unit for September wasn't the Nintendo Switch, but rather the Super NES Classic. No surprise there. Nintendo issued a statement last week ahead of public release of NPD sales data. Championed its hybrid console. Its 2/3 of hardware sales in September belonged to Nintendo. Last month's top-selling game, Madden NFL 18, moved down 2 places to number 3. In the top 10 are number 1, Destiny 2. Number 2, NBA 2K18. 3, Madden NFL 18. 4, FIFA 18. 5th, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. 6, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. 7, Grand Theft Auto 5, which still surprised me that game is still making money. NHL 18 was 8. 9th was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and 10th was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
That's more surprising than anything to me. I'm surprised that game is still getting play right now.
Oh, Rainbow Six Siege? It's actually they go win it. They actually went in and really fix a lot of things.
I know. I played it. God, I want to say I rented it for August. I think I rented it in August and got to play some of it, and I was like, "Oh, this game's changed a lot." But like, the reason I say that is just because like, it's less that it's getting play that's surprising me, and more that it's getting new players.
Right. Hearing the fact, and this is from Activision, who is talking about Destiny 2 for this year, or when it comes to the sales, saying that it is like the most sold game of 2017, and with the numbers when it comes to the NPDs, they do release them every so often if requested. The numbers when it comes to what Activision is basing off of is physical sales and digital for the, well, I know it's physical, I'm not sure about digital, but like off the UK and other areas. US is still, as far as like how much they sold, it's still what's we're looking for, truth to behold, or still figuring that out. But pretty bold claim to say, and it says that Destiny 2 is is really popular, just like we said in the last segment. People love Animal Crossing. People love Destiny 2, and the reason why I think because of this is because, again, and this is me with it as well, is that Destiny 2 is more of a for people to get back in, as far as like what the promises that were made in Destiny 1 they couldn't fulfill. Destiny 2 was definitely that game that people saw like, okay, I'll give you a second chance, Bungie, on this, and they've seemed to fulfill most of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's super accessible too. Like, there's a lot of PC players that are getting a chance to play it who didn't even play Destiny 1 at all, and they're super like into it. They're just like, this is a lot of fun. Like, this is a blast. And a lot of them have already gotten through the raid, have like all 3 characters 305, and they're just like, man, that was fun. All right, back to what I was doing before. But and I've argued that like people who sit there and say like, people who sit there and say that it's nonsense that the game doesn't have enough content, which I argue it still has a ton of content. The problem that Destiny 1 had was it didn't have a cohesive story. This one has a cohesive story. When leveling up a character, it was a boring grind. This doesn't have a boring grind to level up your character. It has things that you have to do that are repeats of what you've done before. It forces you to play parts of the game that you might not have played before, which I think is also brilliant. But the whole game is really accessible to everybody, not just old fans, but newcomers alike. And I think that stands testament to why it's such a good game, why it plays so well. A lot of the complaints that I've been hearing about the game, people who don't like it, it seems to be a lot of, well, by the time I was done with Destiny 1, I had so much stuff and now it's just gone and now I can't do this stuff. It's like, well, yeah, that's the point of the story. Like, building back up from where you were. Like, yeah, there's plot holes and stuff, but like, oh well. Like, all stories are gonna have plot holes.
Right, right, definitely.
I think, no, like right now I'm watching one of my favorite streamers named Milton T. Pike.
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts to Milton T. Pike. The reason I like him is because he has a lot of hilarious characters in the GTA RPC. Plus, the dude is just genuinely funny. But they had all gotten codes for Destiny 2, like the whole group of them. And so I was watching him play with a few people, and like he kept wanting to go back in. Like he had already beaten the story, but he kept wanting to go back in and leveling up and learning more about the game and discovering little pieces and parts. And he was like, "This thing is super fun." But then he and a bunch of people did the raid, and they got past it. They beat the raid, and he has a character at like 300 now or something like that, or close to it. And he was just kind of like, "That was fun. I feel done with the game, but that's fun." And I think that's why I think that like people playing that game on stream and showing that the game is accessible for newcomers, that the game has a point where you don't feel like you have to invest hours upon hours upon hours of time. Agreed. I kept hearing that too. I kept hearing that too. Like a lot of people are just like, "Man, I don't really want to play Destiny 2 because I just don't want to invest that much time." You don't. You absolutely do not have to invest that much time.
Which which definitely helps it, because Destiny 2 is almost a type of game where it's almost like an MMO, where like for other MMO games, if you're not playing consistently every week or every 2 weeks or however have you, you're gonna be left behind as far as like, hey, I'm gonna be level 80 by the time the end of the month, and say that a friend of mine plays it every so often because of work and so on, and he's like level 50. So like it definitely disparages that idea with Destiny 2, to where you can come in, play your game, play whatever raid you want, go back, come back into it when there's new content and so on. And that's how I feel how this game's going to be when it comes to the future of Destiny 2. And yeah, I think that's definitely something to where you much credit to Bungie on how that works. Now, given we're all saying positive stuff about Bungie and everything, we can't lament the fact that there was also some bannings that happened this past week, which Bungie went out and said that they're going out and fixing, because they did a mass banning on people who are using third-party systems, Discord, OBS, and what have you. Which I'm so happy that I waited on getting the game, because I would have been mad as well if I got banned.
Well, I mean, arguably, if you just send like a counter thing, like I totally get being upset about that. Like if you're not cheating and you get banned, like that's nonsense. I totally understand that. But on the flip side, like Bungie came out and they were like, "Oops, sorry, we're fixing it." Like they've straight up said, like, if you've gotten banned and you're just using Discord or OBS, let us know and we will fix it for you. So like, kudos to them for owning the mistake.
Yes, agreed. If they said nothing about it, that would have caused for some concern. But they went out there, they owned it, and they're now in the process of fixing it.
Right.
All right. So moving on to our last topic of the night, which is always set of